When I was a girl, I was a scout. And as a scout, I was taught over and over to always be prepared, a wise and constructive adage. Did it contribute to a lifetime of unshakable caution bordering on paranoia that prevented me from ever living in the moment? I can't think about that right now. I'm busy noting every exit in the room and coming up with an escape strategy in case of fire. Where that lesson did come in handy was when I was selling my home. Selling takes a whole lot of prep, and even a bit of prepping the prep. One, if not the most important bits of prep, is the pre-listing home inspection. So if you're gearing up to sell, you're in the right hands, because I'm about to share our seller's guide to pre-listing home inspections. I'm Zilgal, Delaney Yeager, and this is Learn with Zillow. First, let's make sure we're clear on what a pre-listing home inspection is. It's a professional assessment of the structure and condition of a property conducted by a licensed home inspector before you've listed your property for sale. Now, more often than not, your buyer will conduct a home inspection on their dime after you've accepted their offer, when they're in escrow. So maybe you're like, great, then I'll skip it. Why do two of these? To which I'm gonna say yes, a pre-listing home inspection is technically optional, and I'm not allowed to tell you what to do, but here are reasons you may not want to skip it. An inspection can justify your asking price because knowing the condition of your home helps you price more competitively. It can improve buyer confidence, which increases their chances of offering more, and it can save you time in negotiations. You don't have to think of it as a laundry list of daunting tasks you have to tackle, but an inspection gives you the chance to decide what and what not to repair before you list your home, which again will only make escrow that much easier with fewer surprises. In fact, according to Zillow data, about 1 in 5 sellers had an offer fall through after the buyer's inspection. Isn't it better to know what will come up during the buyer's inspection than to be blindsided in the midst of a negotiation? I think yes. Some of you may still be weighing whether or not a pre-listing inspection is worth it. Maybe you're worried about the disadvantages of conducting this inspection, which is fair. An inspection means you may have to disclose any issues that come up, and those disclosures may turn buyers away. Or maybe you end up spending money to fix something that the buyers don't really care about. While I personally believe in be prepared, I also believe in the old adage, you do you. Where can you find a licensed inspector? Your real estate agent will often come with a recommended inspector, so it's best to start the entire process by, first and foremost, hiring a real estate agent you trust. In fact, Zillow, maybe you've heard of us, can connect you with the top agent in your area who can work with you to maximize the value of your home. We've linked to a Find the Agent page below. You can thank me later. Now, when should this inspection happen? It's best to schedule your inspection anytime before you even list your home. But before you schedule your inspection, there are several things you can take care of yourself. If you put in the work before your inspector arrives, the thinner your inspection report will be, which we love. So get out your notepad and your lucky pen and write these things down. Here is a very helpful list of everything to check before your home inspection. First, do a walkthrough of your home and take note of everything that doesn't work. Even if that just means a light bulb needs replacing, replace it. And that little faucet leak in the kitchen, hire a plumber or get under there with a wrench and tighten that thing. These are the everyday repairs that seem minor, but will show up on an inspection report if they're not attended to. Plus, little visible problems could sometimes make a buyer worry there are larger hidden problems in the house. Plus, if you deal with all the little stuff, your inspector can focus on the big stuff. So getting all those little fixes done early can go a very long way. Next, clean your gutters. Do it yourself, safely, or pay someone to do it. But no matter what, get it done. Clogged up gutters is a big old leak hazard. So let's put on our messy clothes and dig out those disgusting, rotten wet leaves ASAP. Doing so also lets your inspector more easily see the condition of your gutters so that they can assess any damage and catch issues in advance. Here's a biggie. Spend some dough to have your HVAC system professionally serviced. If your inspector arrives and sees that you had a pro here cleaning filters and whatnot just a week prior, they'll be like, oh wow, this homeowner is on top of it. They were probably a scout. And then they'll put a smiley face next to HVAC on their report. Or however they keep track of things, I don't know. Next, be sure to look up and see if any of the trees on your property are touching your house. You know what no one, neither inspectors nor buyers, wants to see? Trees all up on your house. Trim those trees. That's a fire hazard and a storm hazard. And also, once, someone told me it was the reason I had so many spiders in my house. Finally, take a look at your grout and sealant in your bathrooms and kitchen. Is it looking pretty gross? Or maybe there are some chunks missing. Clean those lines up and have counters, tubs, and tiled floors and walls freshly regrouted and caulked. Not only will this make everything look much nicer, but it means water isn't getting stuck and filling up in little cracks and potentially leading to mold problems. Inspectors and buyers hate mold. I mean hate. So keep it out of their sight. Don't even offer them a blue cheese when they come over. I mean it. Everything on this list is a great way to prep before the inspection. But just know that your work may not end there. After the inspection, you'll of course have to decide whether or not you want to make any repairs based on what the inspector finds. Teaming up with a Zillow partner agent will be a major asset here. They can help you decide which post-inspection home repairs to prioritize based on your market's competitiveness, your home price, and more. Plus, they can get your home in front of the max number of buyers. Win-win! While you're clicking on that Find an Agent link in the description box below, take a look-see at the bounty of other links to help you further prepare for the big listing day. I know all of that sounded like a whole lot of work, but it is very worth it in the long run. I promise. Scout's honor.